Welcome to the Fringe News number 5. I'm Reverend Jeff, and tonight I found some great content, so let's take a look at what I've got. Just what's lurking in the waters in Ireland. I have no idea what this thing is, but it sure looks like a lake monster to me. This video is uploaded on the 15th of April this year and still has no answers. It seems Colin McKirkley was shooting in Lough, Foyle when this thing went past him. It was massive. Really don't know what it is. There have been whales in the loch before. Maybe that's what it is, but Matthew was closer and says it was no whale. Looks like they have their own Loch Ness monster out there, possibly. Any experts want to chime in on this one? Someone has to know what it is. Check out the description for a link to the video. Be sure to check out the After Hours with Richter podcast tomorrow. Co-host Tammy Murray and Steve Alcorn when they interview Bart Curtino of the Sierra Evidence Initiative at 7:30 Pacific time on Sunday. They'll be discussing the evidence released from last week of the 3 Bigfoot captured on thermal recording in the remote area of the Sierra Mountains. Be sure to click on youtube.com/Richter to watch the show. And finally, here's a nice video on searching for Bigfoot in Whitehall, New York. The interview was with Paul Bartholomew, author of Monsters of the North American Woods. The clip gave many of the details on evidence collected in the Whitehall area. One never can tell just where the elusive creature will be discovered. Maybe it will be in New York. Check out the description for a link to the video. Kicking off the Out of This World news tonight, is the military using alien technology? Our friends over at Third Phase of Moon think it's very possible. This video is amazing to look at and amazes me every time I see it. I sure can't explain it. If you watch the clip, you can see that this plane just seems to vanish into third air. Where exactly it went is very hard to tell. Check out youtube.com/Third Phase of Moon to see the technology. Here we go again. Searching for content leads you to some very dark places on the net. And here's another example. It seems Disney put together a UFO documentary back in the 1990s, showed it in 5 states, and then shelved it, never to be seen again until now. I can't promise how long it'll be available to watch, and while you can see it, you might as well go ahead and grab it. Check the description for the link. Have you heard of Shag Harbor, Canada? If not, maybe you should look into it. It seems that the location of a UFO crash has a big cover-up as big as Roswell was in the United States. The Mayo 2013 HD channel has uploaded an interview with this witness to the crash, Lori Wickens. Tonight we'll leave you with some of this video. Don't forget the live updates from Hopsquatch on S Lounge Podcast from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific and youtube.com/Richter at 7:30 Pacific to watch the After Hours podcast with Bart Catino. This has been Fringe News number 5. I'm Reverend Jeff, and may the Squatch be with you.
It was in the evening, somewhere around 10:30, and we was going up through roughly where we are now, here in Shag Harbor, and we noticed some lights, and they would have been from here up that way across the road. Going along, I don't know, can't remember what we noticed at first, but they was going in sequence. 1 would be on, then 2, then 3, then 4. They'd all be on for a second, they'd all go off. Then that sequence seemed to start over again. And as we was driving along, it seemed to be going along with us. We can't tell how high it was or how far, but it was high enough in the sky to be good and visible. And as we drove along, like I said, it seemed to be going along with us. And then as we got up towards where the school is now, it seemed to take a 45-degree angle from going along level to tipping down. And if we was then we had to turn and go more or less north. We was going west along the highway by the school. And we come to where there was a hill and it was a low place. And as we was coming up the hill, as the light was going down, and just before we made the top of the hill, we lost sight of it. And then when we got to the top of the hill, we could see the light in the water. In the meantime, we thought it was a plane had crashed, so we went and called the RCMP from a phone booth in Woods Harbor, and he more or less didn't believe us. And the first thing he asked me is what we was drinking. And I said we hadn't been. So anyhow, we did get the phone number from where the phone booth was, and I went to get in the car to leave, and the phone rang. And that's when he asked me where we could meet, where we see it at or where we could meet. And I told him what we call the Moss plant. That's where the little site is they got set up after the UFO thing now.